Watch season 1 of Euphoria and you want 3 things. Chug cognac from the bottle, paint your lashes blue, and smash your ex's car. That was cinema that injected liquid adrenaline straight into your eyeball with a rusty syringe. And then season 3? That's a show written by a sleep-deprived maniac who decided after a 3-day coke binge that what we really need is Nazis, the Armenian mob, and a guy on a horse. Are you serious? Where is my dirty neon fairy tale about teenagers smearing mascara on their cheeks while Lana Del Rey plays in slow motion? Gone. Poof. Ashes. Season 1 breathed. It was like an iceberg in a whiskey glass. Cold, dangerous, weirdly magnetic. Rue balancing on the edge of an OD, and rare glimpses of hope cut like a rusty scalpel. Maddy with her crown of hair and shark eyes. Cassie wanting love so bad she was ready to break herself on a toilet bowl at any party. Nate, a walking trigger warning in a pretty boy costume. Jules, the dream girl with glitches in her software. The whole thing was woven from raw nerves and camera flashes. The atmosphere dripped from every frame. That feeling like either your heart or your speakers were about to explode from a labyrinth beat. But somewhere on the way to season 2, the show lost its guts. The visuals stayed. Thank God the cinematographers didn't sign a contract with Netflix and their IKEA lighting. The color grading still bites. The camera breathes like a drunk operator at a mafia wedding. But the soul? The soul flew away the moment Rue started screaming at the screen for an hour, and the writers decided that's deep drama, and not just an exhausting Emmy reel. Zendaya, I love you. You're a genius. But they flattened your character into a walking D.A.R.E pamphlet by season 3. She's not a person with addiction anymore. She's a public health announcement that somehow takes up 70% of the runtime. And what about everyone else? Jules, wiped from the script like an afterthought. A couple of shots, a sigh, goodbye. The chaos they dragged into season 3 breaks my jaw. Why the hell did we go from high school to a Tarantino crime drama? Nate, a surgical precision psychopath, suddenly turns into a shaky needs simp. Cassie doesn't get a character arc, she gets a porn storyline. Because, right, the audience just wants to see Sydney Sweeney naked. Right? Forget psychology. Forget her trying to find herself between loving her alcoholic dad and hating herself. Now she's just another body and frame. And suddenly we've got Nazis, cowboys, people on horses. Is this Euphoria? Or did I accidentally switch to a Western channel where the actors vaguely remember they're from an HBO casting call? But the worst part? The show that started as an honest, grimy, terrifyingly alive portrait of a generation turned into a moralizing pamphlet. Season 1 didn't romanticize drugs. It showed them for what they are. Temporary relief you pay for with seizures in a bathtub. By season 3, the creators got so scared of being accused of glorification that they shoved a morality lesson into every frame. Do drugs, you die. Sell drugs, you get shot. Cheat on your wife, your family explodes. Thanks, Captain Obvious. It's like the show was written by a school counselor hired to lecture kids after someone found a vape in the bathroom. The best thing in season 3 was the scene between Maddy and Cassie in the finale, when they finally left that piece of genetic garbage named Nate and just walked away together. 2 girls who were broken by the same man, just not at the same time, silently understood each other. No speeches, no fight, just exhausted sisterhood that looked like the only real human moment in 3 seasons. And the final scene with Rue, that one with the religious symbolism, when she almost finds something like grace. The camera, the light, the color. It's still cinema. Almost makes you forget the script collapsed under its own weight. What did they do to these characters? They're not heroes anymore. They're caricatures of themselves. Fez, one of the few who kept his face, got buried in a plot hole so fast I couldn't blink. Lexi. Yeah, the play in season 2 was beautiful chaos, but by season 3, all that's left is the smell of wasted potential. Everyone else just disappeared into the tectonic shifts of the plot. Sam Levinson clearly decided that since he has the budget and the critical love, he can shoot anything, even if that anything looks more like a Vimeo mood reel than an actual story. And here's the thing, you sit there and think, why did I even finish it? Because even a falling apart Euphoria knows how to hold you with visuals. It's like watching a car crash in slow motion with a beautiful soundtrack. You feel disgusting, scared, you want to look away. But every frame is like a shot of pure aesthetic dopamine. You hate what's happening to the characters, but you can't turn it off. Because right now, Maddy is staring into the camera with her "I will outlive all of you" look. And right now, a track is playing that gives you goosebumps the size of a hedgehog. The finale broke my heart. In a good way, because after all that horror, Nazis, horses, exhausting relapses, lost plot lines, the final shots gave you air, hope, thin as a splinter. The idea that mercy might still be possible even when the world looks like an acid overdose. The show didn't deserve that ending after its season 3 bacchanalia, but goddamn, it got it anyway. And I sat there with wet eyes, feeling cheated and grateful at the same time. Like someone handed me rotten fish, but inside was caviar. So should you watch Euphoria now? First 2 seasons? Yes. If you're ready to dive into despair with pretty lighting. It's heavy, it drains you, but it's alive. Season 3? Only if you're a masochist who loves watching a beautiful show dig its own grave with its own helium lamps. Watching a show lose its identity in the finale isn't even sad anymore. It's kind of epic in its own way. Like a tragedy you see coming from a mile away, but you still walk into it because the scenery is just too beautiful.